So Kelsey Plum is one of the most popular female basketball players on the planet. I don't think anyone's really going to question that. She is one of the few players that are extremely well known. And even if it's not for basketball, obviously the Darren Waller situation was big. Like in terms of general sports culture, like she is very well known. From the popcorn meme to the like. To be fair, half the stuff anytime Kelsey Plum tries to be funny, it goes viral in the worst way. But right now, it appears that Kelsey Plum is in a really weird situation with Under Armour shoe company. So Under Armour has been Stephen Curry and Stephen Curry. I think that's pretty much it. They had De'Aaron Fox. They were trying to get Caitlin Clark. They didn't get Caitlin Clark. They have been Steph and Steph. However, Kelsey Plum, according to this here, according to Colin Salau from Front Office Sports, Under Armour tells Front Office Sports that Kelsey Plum is still with the brand despite wearing Adidas shoes unrivaled. We were recently made aware of an issue impacting Kelsey's training performance. We're working closely with her and her team on a solution to support her needs. Basically, she just said, fuck this, I'm not wearing them anymore. There was an issue impacting her training performance. Basically, she was like, these shoes suck, I'm not wearing them anymore. And that's a really weird situation. And I wonder what's going to happen here. Like, she wore, through the entire season, she wore Under Armour. She's wearing Under Armour for years. For years. Obviously, she is somebody that is quite popular. She's one of Under Armour's biggest basketball players. And you'd be thinking that they would be almost moving towards giving her a signature shoe. But now it's like she's just stopped wearing shoes. Which, if it turns out that she just walks after wearing the Under Armour shoes for years and it says, the Under Armour shoes are the problem, this could get messy. This could get really, really messy. Some says can't even get the signature women's basketball athlete to wear their shoes. That's not good. Like, that's really not good. And there is it could be a money issue. And if this ends up being that she just says, screw this, I'm not wearing Under Armour, she probably might need a good lawyer, because unless Under Armour want to just dip out of basketball entirely, which they might want to do, I don't think they're going to just lose their probable best asset in basketball without any sort of a fight. I don't think without any sort of a fight they're going to just let her walk. So it becomes a really weird situation for Under Armour, for Kelsey Plum herself, because it is playing with fire. Like, it is absolutely playing with fire, because she's obviously playing Adidas shoes, and I assume this is her way of just being like, well, her excuse is probably, well, the shoes were affecting my training, so therefore I'm not wearing them. And maybe that's in her contract. But that's the thing. People are like, oh, Under Armour sucks. Under Armour's a horrible brand. In no way is Under Armour at fault here, by the way. Unless you want to say they just make shitty products. They are paying an athlete to wear their products who is not. Like, that's the funniest thing with the whole WNBA culture. Like Angel Reese could she could get a signature shoe at Reebok, and Reebok could do everything right, and she could go around wearing Jordans. And she would never do that. Angel Reese is too big on her brand. And in fairness, like, she is Reebok basketball right now. Like, she is carrying that brand. But, like, she realistically could just go and just start wearing Nike everywhere. Midway through a contract, and her fans would say that it's Reebok's fault. It's Reebok's fault. Caitlin Clark wearing Nike, and they blame Caitlin. Those people blame Caitlin Clark. But it would be like if Caitlin Clark started going around everywhere wearing Under Armour, Steph Curry brand Under Armour stuff, because Nike had her in a bad contract. Like, you're at fault. You're at fault. Like, at best, the best case scenario is here that Under Armour are getting out of basketball. Worst case scenario is that Under Armour deemed this to be a breach of contract. And there is a non-0% chance that that's the case. And you might be saying, oh, like, Under Armour have been awful to Kelsey Plum. No, they haven't. Under Armour, as far as I'm aware, have funded like the dog camp. They've put quite a lot of money into Kelsey Plum. And I don't know, like, maybe we could be completely wrong with this, but this might be another one of these weird situations where a women's basketball player breaches a contract and they think there's no repercussions. As we know, as of right now, Dominique Malonga is not allowed to play in the WNBA because she signed a 3-year deal to play in Fenerbahce and tore it up. She tore up a contract. She didn't show up. It wasn't even like Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones was injured for the entire year. She is not going to play 1 second on her contract for Fenerbahce. But the difference is that she was injured. It was a 1-year deal. Malonga tore up a 3-year contract. She, as of right now, is not going to be playing in the WNBA, whether there's a season or not. And Fenerbahce, on principle, might just not let her play. Like, there is a world where Malonga doesn't have a year 2 because she breached contract. And I hope this isn't a situation. I hope this is a situation where Kelsey Plum is about to leave Under Armour and both sides are like, look, and Under Armour would say, look, as if you don't want to wear our stuff, we're not paying you anymore. And Kelsey Plum's like, I'm going to be like, fine, let's find a way to get out of this contract. Okay, I'm going to go to Adidas. Okay, cool. Adidas, pay to remain, buy her out of her contract. Buy her out of her contract here, you can go to Adidas. Like, I hope there's some way of this happening, but if it turns out that there's no such thing and Kelsey Plum, without really saying anything or like just randomly just starts wearing Adidas everywhere, in trying to force Under Armour's hands, this could end badly. And again, I don't know what the situation is. The reality is that I hope everything's above board. I hope if she does leave Under Armour that it's done in the right way so that there's not going to be any lawsuits, that there's not going to be this court case, because it's just nonsense drama. When it comes to this league, everything just ends up being nonsense drama most of the time. So with that being the case, I do hope that we see, if she goes to Adidas, we see that come through in an above board way. And that we're not seeing any more breaches of contract, because you better believe, like, and again, it's like the WNBA fans, like, saying Fenerbahce are in the wrong for not letting Malonga tear up her contract. Like, they paid her for half a season to not show up, and then she ripped up her contract and said, I'm not playing. Like, it is what it is at that stage. But I really hope that this is nothing. I hope that this could be Under Armour getting out of basketball. And if Under Armour are looking to get out of basketball, then finding a way of getting out of paying Kelsey Plum would probably be beneficial to them. Which I do hope is the case, because that is the best case scenario for all parties involved. I hope that everything's good, but when it comes with so many of these weird contracts that we've been seeing, where people, while on contract, are breaching it and expecting no repercussions in the last while with the WNBA, it's just like there's almost PTSD about it. I hope Kelsey Plum is a big enough name and a big enough player that I would hope that that's something like that's not happening. But after the Malonga situation, literally anything can happen. She literally tore up a 3-year contract.